Welcome to CIS 101. This is the last of the assignments, the hints, Microsoft Access for week 16. So I provided the information here about the assignment. You can also get it from your book from page 919. And this is 919. So this is where your assignment is coming from. And you are going to be completing based on what you did from chapter 3. So it's actually a continuation of the assignment that we did in chapter 3. This one is a little bit short and it's giving us another perspective of how we can work with Access resources. So this is another feature of Access, what we are calling forms. So we are proceeding beyond the queries and tables, because we have already looked at queries and tables. We are trying to see how we can work on more resources. So this information starts from page 864, 63, around there. Yep, so 863, moving beyond tables and queries, and we are going to be working with what we are calling forms. So if you went through the assignment, you'll find that once you finish the simulation, we only have 2 for chapter 4. So we only have 2 simulations for chapter 4, and let's see, yep, only 2. So 1 and 2, and then after that you can work on the mid-level assignment. We don't have a comprehensive project like we did in PowerPoint and Access after you finish all the simulation. So we're only doing the simulation in the chapter and the mid-level. There's no comprehensive end of chapter project. Okay, so this is going to help us to see how we can actually use the forms to help us populate the tables, because it's easier for us to use a form because it allows us to be able to view records one at a time. And usually use the forms when you're entering data into a table, because it's easier to manage and to navigate, and also you can see more of the records at the same time. So let's jump into this and see what the assignment has in store for us. So I'm going to continue with my file here. I have some basic information, kind of like what I can call bare bones, but it should be able to help you to make the connection. So I have that. I'm going to open that, create a split form based on the calls table. So we have our tables here. You should have a number of queries here because you're using the database from the previous assignment. So I only created one, and you should have a few more. So we're going to be creating a form based on the calls table. So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on the table that you're going to be using. Calls table, that's the table right here, and then we always go to create, and we have looked at how we work with tables. We looked at how we can design queries. Now we are going to be working with forms and then a few of the reports. So under the forms, we have different ways that you can create the forms. You can create here from the scratch. You can use the form design, blank form, from the wizard, and all the way like that. So we're going to be creating one that's called the split form. So come to the forms and then more forms, and you want to do the split form. And if you click that, basically what you can see here is you have this form here that represents one record, and then you have all the other records that are in the calls table, and this allows you to be able to see. So you have one here, and then you have all the others down here. So you can use this form to help you to add more information or more data into this table down here. Okay, so if this is, you click here and you want to come to the form view, that's how usually it's going to appear when you're done. And this navigation button here allows you to move, and you're able to navigate from one record to the other one. You can come here and add more information, add more record, all the way like that. Okay, so that's where we are. We are under the design view, the layout. Okay, so that's where we are. So apply the integral theme. So we created that based the split form, a split. This is one part, another part here, and then we'll come to the design, and we are going to be doing the themes. So the theme that we should be doing is the integral. So under the themes, you'll look around here. This is office. That is the facet. So I think the integral is right there. You can see that name over there. So you'll click on that. So you're supposed to be using that. I'm going to use this one here. So remember, you should be using the integral, and then add the description field. So we have a couple of fields here, but we want to add more fields. So these are fields which are from only one table, the calls table. We want to add a description field by dragging and dropping it immediately below that. So we get this from another table, the call types table. This the call types table. So basically what we'll do is we want to make sure that we can see more information, more content over here. So we'll come back here and let's see how we can get that tool here to allow us to add that. Add existing field. So we click on add the existing field right here. Okay, and you show more fields right here. Show more tables. Sure, it's going to be like that. You click show more tables, and then you have more fields down here, and then you go to the calls type. So look for the table, click on that, and it's going to give you the field names down here, and you click on the description. So bring the mouse pointer down. So instead of description, I'm going to use the call type. Click and hold, and then drag it and drop it where you're supposed to be dropping it. Okay, and then just drop it, and it's going to be added right there. Okay, now you can see we have that. So this is kind of duplicate because you already had that. If you want to do something like reps, so you have, let's say, like rep last, like that. You click on it, select it first, then hold the mouse button, and then you drag it and drop it right there, and it's going to be added like that. So that's how we go about doing that step right here. And then so that close the field list pane. Okay, so this is the field list pane. You close it by that. Remember, we clicked it here to add it like that, and then you close it like that. We click there, and then if it was like that, you click show more tables, and the tables are going to be displayed down here, and then you can click on the other information for the other tables down there like that. So you have all that. So we click that, and now close that, switch the form view, and ensure that the records are sorted by call ID in ascending order. Okay, so close the field list name, switch to form view. So the view is right here. So you want to click to form view. And now when you do that, you see your form is right here. This is the second part here. And you want to go by caller ID, and you're going to be doing sort. Okay, so you can click right here. So bring the mouse pointer here, and you just click on the arrow pointing down, and you have this pop-up window, and then you can sort. Okay, so ascending, descending. So click on that. Now remember, that might not be the actual one. Okay, so this is actually descending from the highest to the lowest. You're supposed to be doing from the lowest, ascending, moving lower to high. You know, like you ascend a mountain. You go down the mountain, is descend. Okay, so by ascending order. So save the form. So this is our form right here. Okay, if you click on save, the name, you give it a name, and then by default it's going to be okay, so it doesn't like that name, but it takes it anyway. So we have that name there. Okay, and usually you have the tables, you have the queries, then you have the forms, and then the reports down like that. So save that and that. So we did that. Now use the report tool to create a basic report based on the customer happiness query. Okay, so close that. You're done with that. Now we're going to be creating a report based on the customer. So under the queries here, you should have a query that is named customer what? Happiness query from the previous assignment. So I'm going to use this, which is not exactly that, but to show you how you're going to be doing that. Okay, so use the report to create a basic report. So remember, create, you select the source, because basically forms and queries are going to be based on reports, and forms are going to be based on either the tables or the queries that you have already generated or created. And now we're moving to the report. So it's kind of like the last part here. We're not going to be doing macros in this class, but this is another way that you can actually automate most of the processes in Access or even in Excel. So this is an advanced version of database management system, but if you are going to be pursuing IT classes or MIS classes, you'll come across macros down the road. Okay, so report, we're going to be creating a report, and what are we doing? Save the form. Well, I use the report to create a basic report. basics report based on that. So you click on your report and you have that. So you have a basic report right here. Create a basic report based on the customer happiness query. Sort the records by the average rating. So you should have a field name called average rating somewhere over here. And then what you're going to be doing is you'll click on it and then right click, and you should be able to get this sort value here, and you're going to be sorting it based on whichever value you're told, smallest or the highest. So remember the field name, this is a field name, field name, field name, field name, like that. So you click there and then you have the pop-up window and then you click on sort. So if it's smallest or largest, you have that. I only have one entry in my report, but you should have more in yours. Okay, so sort that by that in ascending order. Apply the integral theme. Same thing. This is your report right here. So select the themes and then you collect the, I think that's the theme you should be working with. I'm going to select that. So you apply that and change the title of the report to that. So this is the name of the report right here. Give the name here. So you just select it, click twice, you can highlight and then you type new name right here. So change the title. So this is what we did way back when you're working with Actuary Excel. And then you're going to be changing the background color. So you can click outside and come back here and then you can go to home if you want. So you have highlighted all this, and under the text formatting you want to use the standard colors. So this is how it was. You change that and then you'll come back here and under the standard formatting you change the type of color that you're working with right there, and you should be doing blue accent too. The font size is 20. You can change that through here. Font, we've done that before. Okay, I put 48 but should have 20, and the alignment to center. So these are the alignment, right aligned. Do that and click the default logo in the report head and press the delete. Okay, the default logo, if you want to delete that, okay, that's the default logo, you can do that. Or yeah, these are minor changes. It's not going to affect how your report looks like at the end of the day. Okay, switch the report view, and then so this is your report now. So under the views, you want to come to report view. So that's the report view. Then you have print preview. That's how it's going to look like if you print. So you always want to do that, okay? Because you can see, like, if I click on print preview, it's telling me some of my information is going to be deleted. Okay, you see that it's not going to show everything. So sometimes what you might want to do is you might want to go back to the design of your form and then of your report, go back to the design view, and sometimes you might want to make some changes. You can actually sometimes adjust it manually, like you can resize this like that, so everything kind of fits together if you don't have information that's taking too much space. Okay, like that. So that is that part here. Switch the report view and then do that. So view, that's the report view, that's how it's gonna look like, and save it, and then after that you close the database and you're good to go. So click on save, give it a name. Okay, what is this? My report, and then you click OK and you're good to go. So you have that, and then save that, and that's good. So I hope this helps you. Keep in touch and keep working on PowerPoint, Excel, Access. These are good tools to have, and hopefully they'll help you to be more productive and improve your career opportunities and promotion opportunities. Keep in touch. All the best.